How's it going, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out a new song by the band Sledeon, and the name of the song is The Last Judgment. This is one of those bands where I've kind of been listening to their stuff as they release it off channel, but I've been wanting to do a reaction to one of their songs because I like what I hear, and then I saw on social media they've been kind of teasing this video and whatnot. They've been putting a lot of work into it, so I was like, now is as good a time as any to check this out and do a reaction for it. So without further ado, let's jump on in. I think it's a bit on the long side. I think that the video is probably quite involved. Like I said, I saw they're putting a lot of work into it, but I like what I've heard of this band so far, so it's about time I do a reaction. And here we are. That's where we find ourselves in this present moment. So here's The Last Judgment. Rangers, go. actually liked that whole keyboard outro. I honestly thought that was going to be, I mean, the song itself was 10 minutes. I mean, it felt long, but it didn't quite feel like 10 minutes. I thought there was probably going to be like 2 minutes of credits or something like that. And so when the keyboard was going, I thought for sure it was going to come back into part of the main song there, but it didn't. And I kind of liked that. It was kind of cool how it went out with just the keyboard. And the whole ending keyboard section was tight. Like there was organ, and there was like a kind of a circle back to the beginning with the music box kind of sound, and it just very atmospheric and almost enchanted sounding. Really cool. Yeah, I really liked that whole entire keyboard outro. Really neat. Thought it was funny in the video. I'm not quite sure what was going on. I feel like one has to really look at the lyrics. But I don't know if these dudes were just out chilling and then this lady was just going around just hacking them to pieces. Or if they were like out there to get her. I don't know. But that one dude, he had a gun and she had an axe, but everybody knows axe trumps a gun anytime. It's like a 10-0 matchup. What can I say? No one brings a gun to an axe fight. Like you're just gonna get mollywopped. Anywho, yeah, I can see how they put a lot of effort into this. You know, there's a lot of environmental stuff, a lot of different shots, cinematography wise and all of that. And then the whole setup where the band is, and they kind of have all the candles all around. Really cool, really admirable, both in the scope of the video and the song. I mean, it was quite the epic that they went for here. There's like multiple pieces throughout, or movements, if you will. And, this is one of those cases where like I said, I really admire what they were going for here. Doing that type of song is no easy task, to say the least. And for the most part, I enjoyed it. For the most part, I did enjoy it. It kind of grew on me at first. I wasn't sure about the vocals. It kind of sounded like they were drowned out by the rest of the music. But then I don't know what it is. Over time, it's like I guess I kind of got used to it. And it seemed like it was just kind of the style that they went with. Not that it was like being drowned out, but that it almost sounded like there was some kind of filter on it, or like it was coming from, not necessarily in the forefront, but just, I don't know. It's hard to say, but over time I kind of got used to it, and I could hear the vocals a lot more clear, even though there was still almost like a distortion. I'm not sure, but she's got a nice voice, and did a good job, holding the melodies throughout when there's lots of different types of melodies, going and all of this. And the timing of this song also seemed to shift occasionally. And so sometimes I found it hard to get my bearings on the song because I thought I had it, but then it seemed to shift a little bit and I'd be like, oh, okay, now we're kind of doing this beat or, whatnot. So that kind of can throw you for a little bit of a loop. And then y'all know how I feel about too many kind of just pauses in a song. And granted, the song's like 10 minutes long, but I felt like there was like five or so just kind of dead pauses, and then it would pick back up again. And I always say, like, I feel like when that's overused, it loses its impact, and it's just more kind of like, okay, we're stopping again, and here we go again. So too many stops, and I'm not the biggest fan of when that happens. And I know they were trying to kind of shift to different sections of the epic, but there are certainly ways of just kind of transitioning more smooth than just kind of stopping and then starting up, into another section or whatnot. But and then occasionally, I'd have to listen to it again, and I don't know if it was just because of there being a lot of movements throughout, almost like kind of like progressive metal at times, just with the way that it was arranged. But I felt like sometimes some of the instruments, the melodies of the different instruments weren't quite aligned. It didn't always sound like they were all in unison, if in the sense that they were all kind of going at the same rhythm or timing. But again, it's tough to say sometimes when there's just kind of a lot happening. But I mean, yeah, and I know it sounds like kind of a lot of critiques, but all in all, I still really appreciated this song, and there was a lot about it that I liked. Like I said, that whole keyboard outro, I like a lot of those guitar riffs. Oh, and then like when the choir kind of was brought in, that was really cool. So there were a lot of moments that I really, really enjoyed. So I would say in the end, there was a lot of moments that I really, really enjoyed. There's a lot to like here. They have a lot of potential. I just wish that maybe some of these moments were uh, would flow a little bit better together, or transition a little more smooth throughout. So the whole song didn't quite feel as choppy. Like it really felt like one whole combined thing, even though there's multiple movements throughout, it just kind of felt like it was chopped. And I wish it all kind of felt like one entire piece together. So that's really my thoughts on it. Like I said, there's a lot to like. Oh, I like some of those bass sections too. There, every instrument kind of got to highlight, and I like the vocals. I like the vocal melody, like in the chorus especially. And again, I admire the task, that they took on here with this. And there's a lot of moments. There's a lot that I like about it, but I certainly do have my critiques. However, I think this band really does have potential. I look forward to seeing what they continue to do, especially as ambitious as they are. It's always really cool to see a band trying to push the envelope, and that's how a band or anybody in that sense gets better and better. So it's really cool to see them take on such grand, challenges. And I look forward to seeing what they continue to do in the future here. But let me know in the comments down below what you all thought of this song. Excuse me, thought of this song. You think I'm a teenager again? It never goes away. Always happens from time to time. What can I say? But anywho, let me know what y'all thought about the song and the video, and what are your thoughts. I'd really, really like to know. But yeah, that's what I got for y'all today. So I'll catch y'all next time, Ranger.